Yeah.
C.J. Stroud is a stud. Young stud.
No doubt.
Incredible promise. We know that. Nothing but the highest ceiling for him. I think he'll be a champion one day. But because he brought up C.J. Stroud, then how come you can't bring up Jordan Love? How come you can't bring up Matthew Stafford, who, by the way, is a Super Bowl champion? And when Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are in the lineup with this brother, we know what kind of things that he's capable of doing. The Rams will instill fear in a bunch of brothers because of what they can bring to the table offensively. I'm saying if you're going to mention those other cats, all right, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, okay, I think that's a different class. But when you brought up C.J. Stroud, then you can't tell me you can't mention nobody in the NFC.
Yeah, you got to bring up Jordan Love and you got to bring up Matt Stafford. First of all, starting with the guy in L.A., this is a future Hall of Famer and a guy that is a champion. And, oh, by the way, we've seen what they did after starting 1-4. Now that team is in the driver's seat in the NFC West. And lest we not forget, 2 weeks ago, you outdueled the presumptive MVP in a performance where Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns. Matt Stafford had the higher passer rating. So how are you going to say Matt Stafford ain't a game changer? That's absolutely
Well, don't look at me.
World.
Look at Cam.
Well,
look at Cam. Look at Cam. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know what's wrong with it right now.
You got to square that circle for me with that one. Then Jordan, when it comes to the Jordan Love of it all, this dude has won 4 of the last 5 games. Since the halfway point of the season, since week 10, he's tied for the most touchdown passes with Josh Allen. And
he shows up in the second half.
He's second in QBR, and he leads the league in yards per attempt. So how can you not say that Jordan Love and Matt Stafford aren't game changers?
Cam, defend yourself. Let's go.
I think too many times in sports and even in media, people straddle the fence.
What?
I'm not a fence straddler. I've chose my side. And when I make my takes and I say game changer and game manager, that's the top of the spear. That's the tip of the spear. That's the top tier talent in the NFL. And yes, do I think Jordan Love is a good player? Hell yeah. Do I think Matthew Stafford is a Hall of Famer, first ballot? Hell yeah. But that doesn't mean that you get to say that they're game changers. There's only a certain amount of game changers. Okay, if it's not a game changer, if you want to put him there, what's elite then?
All right,
game changer?
what the hell is C.J. Stroud compared to a Jordan Love?
I said if you wanted to throw somebody, if you wanted to throw somebody, I said if you wanted to throw somebody, if you're taking my words for every word, Stephen, okay, you have to understand. If you want to throw somebody else in there, that's pending, that's right on the fence. I said C.J. Stroud. Game changer. There's not a lot of game changers in the game, and people have to understand my take on that. That's the top.
All right,
can we pull up the names
when
of
Jared Goff was in L.A., they moved him out of L.A., they brought in Matthew Stafford, they got a Super Bowl champion. Is that not game changing? I mean, am I missing something, Cam Newton? Is that not game changing? I mean, all he did was roll up in there and win a Super Bowl title.
Hold on. Stephen A., you have to understand that was a different roster that the Los Angeles Rams gave Matthew Stafford rather than Jared Goff. So I understand what you're saying, bro. I understand when you even mention, Russell Wilson and certain things about winning Super Bowls. Bro, understand the roster too. Now, there's a lot of things, and Chris, you know this better than anybody. There's a lot of people that support the whole show that will never be mentioned. You need lighting. You need curtains. You need people that's just going to do their job. And those are role players. And who gets all the credit? The person that's on the stage, a la the quarterback. So I'm not sitting up here saying that, yes, Matthew Stafford won a Super Bowl, but Matthew Stafford